Dad abandoned his disabled son at bus stop. Millionaire found him. What he did next will shock you. The rain poured heavily that evening in the quiet suburbs of Chicago. A young boy, no older than 12, sat alone at a cold, empty bus stop. His wheelchair was tilted slightly, his small frame shivering beneath a thin jacket. His eyes were filled with confusion and heartbreak. "Dad, please don't leave me here," he whispered to himself, clutching a worn-out backpack. But there was no reply. The bus had long gone, and the street lights flickered, casting long shadows on the wet pavement. A taxi splashed through a puddle nearby, but no one stopped. The boy's small hands trembled as he hugged his legs closer, trying to keep warm. 2 years ago, Michael, the boy in the wheelchair, had been diagnosed with a rare neurological disorder that left him partially paralyzed. His father, a once promising construction worker, had struggled with alcohol and debt. "Why can't you be like other kids?" his father had yelled one night, frustration and shame mixing in his words. His mother had left years earlier, unable to cope with the stress. The boy's father had promised to take care of him, but over time, resentment grew. That night at the bus stop wasn't the first time he had considered abandoning Michael, but the harsh winter storm made it finally happen. Michael's mind raced. Where will I go? Who will help me? Meanwhile, across town, Richard Hartley, a self-made millionaire and philanthropist, was driving home from a corporate meeting. Richard had always been known for his generosity, but he carried a heavy heart. He had lost his younger brother to an accident years ago and had devoted his life to helping children in need. As Richard drove down the wet streets, he noticed a small figure sitting alone. Something in his gut made him stop. "Hey, are you okay, kid?" Richard asked as he approached the bus stop. Michael looked up, startled. His eyes widened. My dad, he left me." Richard didn't hesitate. He knelt beside the boy. "It's all right. You're safe now. My name's Richard. Let's get you out of the rain." Richard helped Michael into his SUV, wrapped him in a warm blanket, and offered him some water and sandwiches he had in the car. At first, Michael was hesitant to trust him. Who is this stranger? Could he leave me to? Over the next few days, Richard arranged for a temporary foster placement while he navigated the legal hurdles. He discovered that Michael had no other living relatives willing to take him in. During this time, Michael slowly began to open up. He shared stories of his dreams. He wanted to become a writer, to create stories that could inspire others. Richard listened, deeply moved. "You're a strong kid, Michael. Don't ever let anyone make you feel less than you are," Richard said one afternoon. Richard, deeply affected by Michael's situation, decided to take a more permanent step. He began the adoption process, wanting to give Michael not just a home, but opportunities he could never have had otherwise. He enrolled Michael in a specialized school for children with disabilities, arranged physical therapy, and hired a private tutor for academics. Michael thrived in this new environment, gaining confidence he never knew he had. Richard also introduced Michael to his philanthropic work, taking him along to charity events. Michael saw how one person could truly change the world. Months later, Michael's father returned, thinking he could claim custody or reconnect. He knocked on Richard's mansion door, anger and guilt in his eyes. "Michael, he's my son," he demanded. Richard calmly led him to the living room where Michael was painting a colorful picture of their new home. Michael looked up at his father and said softly but firmly, "You left me. You weren't there when I needed you. I don't need you in my life right now." The father, overwhelmed with shame, left silently. Michael looked at Richard, smiling. "Thank you, for never giving up on me." Richard hugged him. "You taught me as much as I taught you, Michael. You are capable of more than you know." Years later, Michael became a renowned author, sharing stories of resilience and hope. He often spoke about the man who saved him from despair, the millionaire who became his father in every meaningful way. Closing line for narration: sometimes, the family you're born into isn't the one that defines you, it's the ones who choose to love you, even when the world has abandoned you.